Monika Matus is an activist from Grupa Granica NGO. She joins us live from Warsaw. Monica, Poland has also had a tough stance on immigration. Now, granted, this is a special case. This is a neighbor. This is Russian aggression, which is a shared fear for people in Poland. But you could argue, doesn't this just highlight that all people that are fleeing war and violence and the threat of death are in the same situation?
Of course, yes, you are absolutely right. We have been working with the on the Polish-Belarusian border already for many, many months, trying to help people crossing illegally, brought there by Lukashenko. And as much as we are absolutely happy and moved by the outpour of help and warm welcome in Poland, we would actually also want to welcome the people who over the last months crossed into Poland from Belarusian side, because most of them has been also fleeing war and violence and poverty. So yes, we are seeing amazing and moving stories in Poland, and people are welcoming Ukrainians. But we would for them like to welcome as much, warmly Syrians or Yemeni people.
So we see these thousands upon thousands of people at the border of Poland trying to get out of Ukraine. If you're a Ukrainian national, we've been told that it's fairly easy to cross through. However, let's say that you're from another country and you're stuck in Ukraine. Let's say you are dark-skinned, that the situation is much, much different for you. Is there pressure on the Polish government to also help those people that are literally in the same boat, they just happen to not be Ukrainian?
I think there's little pressure on the Polish government to do this. So first of all, we know and we see and we hear especially from African origin students who are in a couple of thousands of them, at least there is in Ukraine, and they have trouble crossing. They are being prevented from hopping on trains. They are being prevented from queuing sort of in irregular queues. They are being pushed back to the end of the queue, and we're talking about many, many hours queues, right? Basically, they are really the last to be given help and to be given possibility to cross, as far as the news that they are reaching us. On the Polish side, it's not much better. I mean, Polish Border Patrol, we know they are not actively discriminating anybody, and at least they try to do their best. However, what happens already on the Polish ground is that, for example, yesterday already we had some sort of, hooligans or Nazi groups spreading misinformation on social media and trying to target dark-skinned, people who arrived from Ukraine. So this is happening, and I think Polish government needs to wake up, because they've been building a rhetoric of, hate for many, many years.
However, tell us some of the situations that you've seen in Poland among these people that are fleeing war.
We basically, of course, I mean, it's a huge number of people, so there's many, many stories. But what we see, for example, is that people who have so first of all, let's see it like this. We already know that the Polish trains, German trains, and Austrian trains are free of charge for Ukrainians fleeing the war. They are not free of charge for any other people who are actually as well fleeing the war, but they don't have Ukrainian passport. They just happened to used to live in Ukraine, right? So that's already the first point of discrimination. The second point of discrimination is that we see that the help is very much targeted towards, first of all, Ukrainians, and there is, dividing people according to the color of their skin. We meet people who don't want to transport anybody else than Ukrainians, who don't want to, give shelter to anybody else than Ukrainians. we also, as I said before, we have seen accidents or let's say just violence towards non-Ukrainians already on the Polish ground yesterday night.
All right, Monika, so good to talk to you. Thanks for bringing us those important stories.